This is Business LO, a podcast by the Lake Oswego Chamber of Commerce, which connects, educates, advocates, and champions our business community. We have nearly 500 members from international corporations to home-based businesses, and we serve them all. Each episode of Business LO gives insider information to the local business community and the neighbors who support them. And now, let's talk Business LO.
So today is Friday, August 22nd, 2025, and this episode will publish on September 1st. Can't believe it's September already. Now, it's not the most exciting topic, but it's very important nonetheless. We're going to learn about an opportunity to offer employee health insurance through the Bend Chamber of Commerce Health Benefits Program for Lake Oswego Chamber members. Now, the Oregon State Chamber of Commerce has provided group health insurance that is administered through the Bend Chamber, but available to all chambers and chamber members in the state of Oregon. The group plan is through Providence Health Plan, and the dental plan provider is Delta Dental. Now, today she's back. We have executive coach and leadership advocate Heather Graves Ramsey from Coach to Brilliance. She's sitting down with Dennis Warnicki. He's the Senior VP with Risk Strategies Benefit Design Group to get the details of this program. And of course, our very own Chamber CEO, Liz Hartman, will share all the insider information we need with what you need to know in LO. I'm Michelle Odell, and Heather, let's go.
Let's go. I hear about a lot of the insurance pieces in the chamber, and we're really excited today to learn a little bit more about how businesses and why businesses should or could get involved. But Dennis, let's start with an overview. Like, what is this plan? What does it include?
This plan is Providence Health Plan. Therefore, every plan that Providence offers in their large group market is available to an employer with 2 employees in this plan. And that's because they are an association group. And right now they've got over 950 groups that have signed up in the last few years.
That's
in the
amazing.
State of Oregon.
Just
Okay?
in the state of Oregon.
Yes.
Wow.
Yes.
If I'm an owner and I have 2 employees or more, 2 full-time employees or more, then I can link in with this and join in as if I'm one of those like larger organizations, because I can't just do a group with just little old me, but this allows me the power to do that with a larger group.
Well, you can still go out and go to straight to Providence or whoever, Regents, HealthNet, whatever, and get a group plan for 2 people. However, the state has set rules and regulations as to what those plans look like for groups under 50 employees, where with large groups, the plan is able to add other benefits without any additional cost.
So it's more buying power.
It's more buying power, yes. In the state of Oregon, you do not have to have 2 employees besides the owner. You have to have 1 employee that's not the spouse, that is on payroll, W-2 employee, plus it can be the owner.
So this plan allows you, again, that larger group buying power, but you can still be small. So just the owner and 1 full-time employee that is not the spouse.
Right. And full-time employees, the owner, when they set up the plan, they can set the hours from anywhere from 17 and a half hours a week to 40 hours to be eligible.
Wow. That is super important to know too, because I do think there's a lot of smaller businesses that may not have that full 32 hours or whatever it used to be.
Right.
Okay. All right. Good.
So when the Bend Chamber plan came out back in 2022, 23, they were looking for different insurance brokers, agents to be able to offer the plan. And there's quite a few of them out there that can do that. However, Liz was very nice to ask me to be the broker for the chamber plan here for Lake Oswego.
Well, obviously a passion for helping people mitigate and manage risks that they have, passion for businesses. Thank you for being a member of the chamber for so long. That is amazing and so needed, because our community does need to come together and support each other. And I feel like this is a very important aspect for our business owners. So help me with, like, one of the things that a lot of our businesses struggle with is retention. And if they're not able to offer their employees health plans or what have you, then even if an employee is really excited and love the business, they have to have a basic need, and that basic need is healthcare. And so this program to me is really important, but I would love to hear more about why local businesses, why business owners might look at a plan like this one through the Lake Oswego Chamber and through overall chamber and the Bend Chamber, but through their membership at the Lake Oswego Chamber.
The state of Oregon has certain rules and regulations. So for all small business under 50 employees, they're not required to offer insurance. However, most small business know that the value of their employees is to keep them and not have turnover. I've worked with tons of small businesses that offer health insurance, and it's one of the main things they're concerned about first to make sure their employees are taken care of.
This is a plan that allows them to do that. Help us with a little bit more about this plan. What does it include? How does it compare to some of the other plans that are out there? And why, if I'm a small business, might I be looking towards this one instead of another option?
As an independent broker, I am, of course, licensed with all the carriers out there. As you mentioned earlier, they are using Providence as their health plan in this association group. Providence is an excellent network, also Legacy. A smaller network is OHSU, et cetera. There are several different great points with the Bend Chamber is, yes, they're using Providence, which in their big signature network, but they're also associated with OHSU. So if you want to go to a doctor at OHSU, you're able to do that. Where if you were with Providence and you did that, that would be considered out of network and the deductible would be higher, everything would be higher. This plan also has a $1,000 accident benefit. Okay, so if you have an accident, you can get up to an extra $1,000 besides whatever the insurance pays for. It also has a $25,000 accidental death and dismemberment for the employee, which that's
huge.
That's always something you're adding to a plan. It's not something built in. That's built into this plan. As an independent broker, my job is to get the best coverage and cost for the employer. So I will be looking at all the other plans too. I'm working with 3 chamber members right now. One of them, the premiums are higher than several other carriers. So we'll probably go with somebody else.
That's why it's important to work with somebody like you, because I can go through and pick different things, but I got to find the right one that is working for me. So like you said, you're working with 3 different people right now. For one of them, it's not this plan, but hope, and potentially for the other 2,
and the other 2, it looks like it. Yeah.
Good. So it's laying out, here's what your options are as an employer. You want to be able to offer this insurance to your employees to keep that retention. This is an option for giving you that bigger buying power within there. So help us understand, when somebody is applying for the chamber healthcare plan, do they work directly with Bend? Like, I know it's offered through Bend, but help us understand the process of what they would do to get it.
They would call me.
Nice.
Okay.
I love that. One call does it all.
Right. And I don't say this other than this is how deeply I feel about my clients. I have a direct business number, but if I don't answer it, it goes to my cell phone voicemail. So I have one voicemail. So I don't care if I get a call on a Sunday morning, I'll answer it. If I can help them, I'll do that. When I am talking to somebody, especially haven't even met them personally, we're talking on the phone, they've either been referred to me or they found me somehow, chamber. They're asking about, what do I have to do to get health insurance? So I really start the questions off. I'll ask them how many employees they have, where they're located, do the employees all work in the state of Oregon? Because that's going to make a difference. And that's another great thing about the Bend Chamber. With the Providence plan they're using, they have coverage nationwide with the Cigna PPO network for anybody living outside of. You could have an employer here with a couple of employees, but he's got 20 scattered around the country, and we can all, get them coverage. And with a preferred provider through the Cigna network.
That's amazing, especially with so many remote employees now. Okay, so questions are, how many employees do you have? Where are they located? What are some other questions?
What type of industry are you in? That makes a difference. Usually tell them that the first thing we need to do is I've got a couple simple Excel spreadsheets. One is basic facts about the business and what percentage they're willing to pay, what's the hours going to be, those type of things. And
the hours of the employees or
the hours that are going to be eligible for benefits, 17 and a half to 40. If they want any additional benefits on that fact sheet, they can check off if they want dental, if they want, vision, if they want. Also, I have a census sheet. I keep it really simple and I need to have that filled out and sent back to me because that's what we're going to get the rates from based off of what their census is. Once I get that information, then I'm able to put together a presentation and show them what's out there available. And well, other questions I'll ask, especially if they already have a plan. What plan do you have? What do you like about it? What's the deductible, et cetera? Do they want to stay in that area? Is that what they're looking for? Or they want to go higher? If they're only offering one plan, I'll ask them, have you ever thought about offering two plans? One where you pay your required minimum amount or more with a higher deductible so you don't have to put out as many dollars. And then you can offer what we call a buy-up plan, which would be a lower deductible that will allow the employee to pay the difference. Instead of a $4,000 deductible, they'd rather have the $1,000 deductible plan. Then they can pay the difference. And that's a way for an employer, especially if they've never done it before, to get into the business, to get into it and not paying a fortune to cover their employees, but giving the employees options. Rates are based on the group's demographics, the plan design that they select, and the percentage of the employer contribution. So all that is put into the underwriting to be able to determine what the rate's going to be. The older you are, the more it costs. Now, fortunately, here in Oregon, we have what we call a composite rates, where in Washington, you can do composite, but like most states across the country, the rate is based on that employee's age. So a 25-year-old gets a rate for $200 and a 50-year-old gets a rate for $400. Here we composite it so we get the average.
Okay.
Which I like the best. That way people don't feel like they're,
being discriminated
Right,
against.
from ageism, right.
I didn't want to say that, but yes.
Feels like,
Little thing like that.
Sometimes we need to be creative around how we are getting this insurance to ourselves, right? Because if I'm a small business owner, I might be one of those people that needs that health insurance as well as my employees. And essentially, I'm hearing too, like people need to know what their options are, find out what their options are, and find out what the best option is going to be for them. This is just one option that's out there for our people and for our chamber members. When I'm thinking about like different scenarios, but if you can help us with different examples of people who have come to you.
A chamber member referred to me by the chamber, small business here in Lake Oswego that he just recently started up. I have not met him because he's in California, but we've talked quite a bit. We were able to, with the Bend Chamber, put a plan together for his, I think at 4 or 5 employees he has here in LO.
It's about businesses knowing their options, going to somebody to find out what's going to be the best option for me given my makeup and what, what I can get. And it's also just not feeling that there isn't hope that they could get it. A lot of smaller businesses don't think that this is in their reach, and it is.
It is. Worst case scenario, if an employer is offering a plan, I don't care if it's a high deductible plan because he's got to keep the cost down. He's offering coverage. Not to be offering coverage, not a good thing. Every person needs health insurance, needs to be able to see a doctor when they want to. I've had clients tell me, one example just about a month or so ago, one of a prospect, not from the Bend, but a guy that was referred to me from one of my other clients, he was saying, I guess I should get some kind of plan put in place because one of my employees, he got real sick and, he was still coming to work and stuff. And I asked him, why aren't you going to the doctor? He said, I don't have any insurance.
Yeah.
I can't afford it. And so he says, I've got to take care of my people. So that's what convinced him.
It's this care and being cared for. We have to take care of our people, and especially if we want the loyalty, but also just as a basic human right. We need to be able to have access to.
Yes.
Well, I thank you for the work that you're doing, Dennis, to take care of people and caring for those folks, making sure they have the right plan for them. I see you as a huge resource for our chamber members to come to. And I really do appreciate this link in with Bend to be able to offer the healthcare plan through there as well and giving that buying power for our people. And I think if we could, the more we can just get the word out, the better, so that people even know. Again, I don't think there's a lot of there's many business owners that don't really believe that this is reachable. And today what I'm hearing is it is. And you just got to go and find out.
Yeah. Well, Dennis, tell everybody how we can get a hold of you.
503-816. Here's my lucky number, 1313.
Ooh.
That's great.
503 816-1313.
Dennis, thank you so much for doing this today.
It's
Well, thank you.
really appreciate
Thank
it.
you very much.
All right.
Okay.
Now it's time to talk about what's going on. Liz, what do we need to know in LO?
We are going to be having plenty of ribbon cuttings, and we invite the public, we invite businesses to welcome these new businesses. The first one is Saturday, September 6th. That will be at 11 o'clock, and it's Pickleball Kingdom. And then on Friday, September 12th, the Farrell Group at Rate is having an open house from 4 to 6 p.m. The ribbon cutting will be at 4 p.m. Come and meet Marissa Cooper and the whole team at the Farrell Group. And then again on Tuesday, September 16th, the Visiting Angels, they're at 3 Center Point Drive. They're having an open house. I think everybody should learn something about Visiting Angels. They'll be from 4 to 6 p.m. with the ribbon cutting at 4 o'clock. So come, see the ribbon cuttings and find out what's going on. We can never forget to mention the Wine Walk, which is on Saturday, October 4th. Get your tickets now. Get a party together. Treat your clients or treat your employees and bring them into Lake Oswego. These tickets will go fast. We sell out almost every year, so this is the time to get them. And one more thing we have in October is Sunday, October 12th, the Wellness Fair. It'll be from 2 to 5 p.m. at Millennium Park Plaza. If you're in the wellness business, please sign up as a vendor now. If you're not in the wellness business, you need to come. It's going to be a good time at Millennium Park Plaza, 2 to 5, Sunday, October 12th.
So there are so many options for sponsorships when it comes to the Lake Oswego Chamber of Commerce. And I think this is one thing that businesses forget to get, that they have access to. It gets their name out. We have the tree lighting, which has 5,000 people lined up and your name is out there and you get to light the tree and talk a little bit about you. And so I just really feel like some of our organizations within the chamber need to consider sponsorship, what it could do for them, who it can get them in front of. You know, when you think of the health fair, the wine walks, the holiday party, like this gets you in front of the people that you want to have your name recognition with. And so there's tons of options and would highly recommend you taking a look and talking to Liz, myself, or any other board member about what you might be able to do with your sponsorship options.
And let me add another big one, because February is going to come faster than you think. February is the Community Awards event, and who doesn't want to honor the Community Leader of the Year, or the Lifetime Achievement Award winner, or the Business of the Year? And if you're a sponsor for one of those organizations, you are going to be reaching all kinds of people that are affiliated with these businesses, but also with the big, greater community. So please give us a call.
And don't forget about the newsletter. Man, Jen Peterson, she puts together this amazing thing. She puts it out every Tuesday. It's such a great resource.
Open it, look at it, but also you can put your stuff in it. As a chamber member, you know, there's things that you might want to get out there, and it's included in your membership to be able to include something from the members. So it's a no-brainer. Get your name out there.
All right. And thanks for listening. And don't forget, every day is a Chamber of Commerce Day here in Lake Oswego.
The Lake Oswego Chamber of Commerce thanks you for listening to Business LO. We would love to have you as a member so you can help Lake Oswego continue to be one of the best places to live, work, and play. If you want to share an idea for a future episode or become a member, visit us at lakeoswegochamber.com, and please like and follow us on Apple, Spotify, or wherever you get your podcasts. And for help with your business podcast, go to modcastproductions.com.